Roger Koenig grew up in Brainerd on Chicago's South Side. It was the first stop at ground level on the Rock Islands Suburban Branch after leaving the main line at Gresham Junction. He often rode into the city on its trains. Roger worked for 2 summers as an office boy for the railroad and built his first home in Oak Forest on the main line to Joliet. His summer home was near the Peoria Branch. No wonder the Rock Island became his favorite railroad. This is Roger's fast-moving kaleidoscope of the Rock during its final 6 years from 1974 until shortly before the railroad shut down forever on March 31, 1980. It's the fall of 1974, and the Rock Island appears to the fans as if its large red and yellow locomotives will roll on forever. We are at the 167th Street curve at Oak Forest, Illinois, as the westbound Quad Cities rolls past. Butterworth Tours operated the special cars on the ends of the Peoria Rocket and Quad Cities Rocket. The Big Bend Dome car ran primarily on the Quad Cities train. Little did anybody know the end of the railroad was less than 6 years away. Not far behind it is the westbound Peorian, also behind a single E8A. Note that the eastbound is not turned in the Quad Cities, and the cars operate backwards. It's a rainy afternoon on October 26, 1974, as the Quad Cities slips through the station at Oak Forest on the line from LaSalle Street Station to Joliet. A couple waiting for a Chicago-bound suburban train thought for a moment it was their train. The weather is getting worse. Will the rain turn to snow? An eastbound freight comes rolling out of the fog with an Alco C415 center cab switcher cut in behind the road power. The Rock was one of the few railroads to purchase C415s. We are at Oak Forest again as a 2-car train of stainless steel bilevels is being pushed into Chicago. Its station stop complete, FP7A pushes the train on toward the Windy City. It's a crisp, sunny fall day. The commuter train is only a short distance beyond the station when it has a meet with a fast-moving westbound freight. Next up is another westbound freight hauling Rock Island Motor Transit piggyback trailer and mixed freight. A typical Rock Island bay window caboose brings up the markers. With the holidays gone, the eastbound Peorian is noticeably shorter, only 3 cars, as it pauses at Blue Island. The abbreviated train and the crisp, cold winter air combine to make for quite a display of steam from the end of the train. The Grand Trunk Western switcher on a transfer run is to the left. The fans then climb aboard to continue south on the branch. Chillicothe was the location of the next run past. Today, the Chillicothe Depot is a Rock Island Santa Fe museum, complete with a large operating HO model railroad. The Santa Fe crossed the Rock Island a quarter-mile north of the depot. The fans position themselves along the street parallel to the tracks as the train slowly backs down the track. And comes forward in sync with the clicking of camera shutters. The train pauses at Detweiler Park near Peoria. Rock Island Pacific, number 886, held a special significance in the community by operating regularly in the Peoria area. However, it is not number 886 on display. It is really number 887, built by Alco in 1909, renumbered one digit lower when the real 886 was scrapped before it could be preserved. It's March 21st, 1975. The Rock Island entered bankruptcy 4 days before. The faithful fans, fearing a shutdown of the railroad at any time, start shooting what they expect will be their precious last films.